Hello and welcome to episode 57 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. This map may look different because it is different. Because all the capitals, at least a majority of them, probably aren't in the same places as they were before. Yeah, I will get rid of this layer. All the capitals, they're new. And the ideologies, some of them may be different, but that's okay. And also alliances, yeah, they were different. And so is, nuclear bombs the exact same. And so is the Organization of Nation members. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's obviously start with what we do every episode. Our daily, very daily, nuclear bomb updates. Let's look at the red team. So the red team has 27 nukes, with 7 in the Allies' territory. 1 in the Algerian country, 2 in the Egyptian country, 2 in the South African country, and 2 in the American country. There. Now let's look at Russia's nuclear bomb count. So Russia has 19 nuclear bombs, with 1 in the Allies' territory. And you can see that right here. There. That's Russia's nuclear bomb updating. Now let's look at the fascist country's nuclear bomb update. So, 15 with 6 in their Allies' territories, 2 in this country, and the other 4 in Libya. There. Now, the communists. They're starting off slow. They have 3 with 1 in their Allies' territory, and that one is in India. Let me make the actual thing situated in a better location. And now let's look at the Chinese nuclear bomb update. And the Chinese have 25 nuclear bombs and 4 in their Allies' territories. 3 in this yellow country here, and 1 in Tanzania. So that's the nuclear bomb update. And we are going to be starting today in Europe, because there's all going to be some events happening situating around this guy here called the Mediterranean Union. The Mediterranean Union is a monarchist country. They are pretty monarchist. Yeah. And they don't like very many countries that aren't in their alliance. They do have the royal blood of the yellow team and the blue team in them with their capitals, but that won't stop them from invading another country. So they are going to ask the Triangle Alliance, aka the red team, to see if they can invade a country. And the red team will say yes. So the red country is going to start invading into the blue country. No, the Mediterranean Union is invading into the blue country. There. Quickly they will go in, because this country's new. They will be able to take out the capital. And then the red team puppet is going to declare war and continue to expand, as they will both be pushing down this country, splitting it in half and forcing it to surrender. Let's look at a peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty. So if I can get the layer up, the Mediterranean Union will be annexing this land, including their capital, and the red team puppet will be taking this land and will be being annexed into the puppet state. And the red team does approve of this because it's expanding the puppet state. And the Mediterranean Union is going to go after another country. That country being France. For the second time in history. Wait, let me see again. Yeah, second time in history. If you're counting the yellow team, maybe a couple more. The Mediterranean Union invades into France. So they will be pushing up into France, and the red team is going to also help, just like back in history. I guess history repeats itself, as the French capital is taken by the Mediterranean Union and France is forced to surrender. Let's look at a peace treaty. So, yeah, and the French capital is split. And this is not going to sit so well with some other countries that aren't in the Triangle Alliance. Yeah. Now, Okay, let's look at the Italian region. Okay, the Mediterranean Union's invading into Italy. This one might be a little harder because... Okay. And now, this is going to happen. If I can get the code, make sure I'm on the right layer. Okay. We have another European proxy war. So, because this country's fascist, it is going to be invaded. Let me turn the ideology layer off. Yeah, like that. And with this, quickly, the Mediterranean Union is able to push into the Italian country, the orange one, until the fascists will send help through Libya and figuring out how to get through here, through Libya, through this canal, and yeah. They have to get all the way over there somehow. And with that help, they will be able to push back the Mediterranean Union. The Mediterranean Union still one of the stronger countries of the world, but it's not as strong as it once was way back in World War Zero. But it's still able to push back this country and take its capital. Let's look at that peace treaty. Yep, and try to guess why I'm removing the capital? Yep, full annexation. So the Mediterranean Union is getting some backlash from organizations like the Organization of Nations. And let's talk about that actually. Okay. And that pause was on purpose. So yeah, all of the members that aren't core members of the Organization of Nations leave the Organization of Nations, including you, Madagascar. And eventually Taiwan is going to leave. And then the blue country, then Mediterranean Union, and then the Chinese, and then the Russians, and you can't have an organization by yourself, Red Team, so, yeah, the Organization of Nations collapses. And I delete the layer. So now, with the Organization of Nations gone, yeah, that's something. But there's a reason why this whole Russian thing, why Russia didn't gain many nuclear bombs. And, let me show you that reason. Yeah, that is why. So, 3 rebellions in Russia. People are tired of the Russian monarchy. And, yeah, this is starting revolution. So, quickly, the Ukrainian rebellion is able to push into Russian territories greatly. And also the Pink Polish Rebellion is also doing a great job at this. And the Russians, seeing what's going on, are thinking about using their nuclear forces. And then, the world, when they hear this information, is going to be like, no, Russia, no. And, that is not going to sit well with the Russians. And the Russians are going to give sanctions everywhere. And this is one of the reasons why the Organization of Nations collapsed and why they even left in the first place. And they really are thinking about using their nuclear bombs. Until the Ukrainians will be starting to fail in their areas. But the big thing is, Poland is not failing. They are pushing in and, yeah, they're really starting to threaten the Russian capital. Russia is weak. They've been focusing mostly on nuclear bombs. Maybe not weak, but they are collapsing. And as all these rebellious forces will come in, and eventually, yeah, Russia will decide to surrender to all these, but the Finnish don't. Until, okay, the Finnish will surrender. And the rest of the alliance. Let's look at a peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty. So, all these countries are independent, including these 2 islands. And, let's give all of them capitals. So, the Polish capital is going to be here. The Estonian, Baltic one is going to be here. And the Ukrainian one is going to be here. Oh, and also this. This is also, yeah. And Russia is going to get a lot of backlash on this. They are not very supportive. And many countries are just not liking them. And this is going to cause more unrest in the country, and people are thinking of abandoning the Russian monarchy and going for like a democracy sort of thing or dictatorship. So while I put in these ideologies, the Polish one, and actually all of them are flawed. Yeah. And the Russian country becomes authoritarian. Okay. One of the bigger countries in the world has switched up its ideology. Okay. That's definitely something. And now, we're actually going to be doing power rankings. Probably should have done these a while ago, but yeah, let's just see. So the strongest country in the world currently is the red country, the one in Europe. The second strongest country in the world currently, I'd have to say China. When it comes to third, maybe the fascist countries. I'll just say yellow fascist, the yellow country. Yeah. If I can get back on the list and make it aligned. The fourth strongest country in the world. I would say that fourth strongest is Egypt. No. Mediterranean Union is the. Make sure I spelled that correctly. Yeah. Fifth strongest country in the world. Now, if I get to it, it's Egypt. Sixth strongest. I would have to say that would be the pink Indian country. Seventh. I would say, who would I say is the seventh strongest country in the world? Oh, wait. Russia's a little bit lower. Let's do America, the American country, the eighth strongest country in the world. I would say Algeria, ninth strongest country in the world. I would say Blue India. They might be a little high on the list actually, but yeah. And then the 10th, finally the 10th strongest country in the world, and had gone down a lot, and we just had an event for Russia. There. I'll actually be swapping Blue Indian Algerian and the Algerian country, and with this 4. Actually, I'm not moving the 4 moon yet. Yeah, that looks better. So those are the power rankings of the world. Yeah. Now it's time to keep this on. Wait, did I forget to remove a layer? No, I didn't. Yeah. Let's go to the Roman capital. Remember a few episodes ago when I talked about a sort of thing going on in Rome and how the red team military is going throughout here? Well, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the capital for this. Well, this sort of group thing here has had time to be studied on, and it says they kind of look like pigs. They're kind of like piglins or sort of things, and they were going to be taking over Rome here. And when it comes to this, yeah, full annexation of Rome. And when it comes to their ideology, let me get the layer up. Oh, they don't have an ideology. That's so weird. Yeah. And the red team is going to be attempting to get this country to be a puppet. Let me circle this country thing here in order to surround this sort of thing, because they see it as like dangerous, and the world is gonna look at the red team like, that's just Rome. And wait, what are those creatures? Yeah. They don't like it, but they do like it. They don't like the red team, but they also don't like these guys. Yeah, that's a little update about them. Now it's time to go to this mess thing here called the Balkans. It is going to... Wait, why do I have the nuclear bomb layer on? It's been on here this entire time. Let's get to alliances, because some countries are going to be joining alliances. Specifically, more countries are going to be joining the Square Alliance because they don't like the red team, simply. And yeah, like that. Yeah. And also, the Triangle Alliance is going to be gaining a couple new members. Mainly just one, because it's this country. Wrong size. There. And this gold country here, if I can get the shape. Oh, why do you think they joined this alliance? Because they're communist. Yeah, and the communists say, if that country will attack it, yeah. Now it's time to talk about the previous Organization of Nations. Because the world, still doesn't really like this whole idea of, not being united together. They want to be united. And that's why a new pact is going to be formed. It is going to be formed by this blue country here. And it is going to be marked by a white star. It's called the Global Isolationist Pact, or GIP. So, this thing, you have to be a democracy of flawed or normal, and they will accept countries that aren't flawed or normal, that aren't a democracy, but they would just have to change the government. And this, whole entire alliance thing here, its goal is to just be isolationist. They don't want to do anything with the world. So, and also this country left the alliance, and a bunch of South American countries will be joining it because the world, and specifically South America, does not want to be involved into anything. And this alliance, according to them, will help with that. And because of all this, many more nations that were previously in the Organization of Nations are going to join this pact. A lot of nations. A lot of nations? If I remove all of this, the other layers, all of the white stars here you see are in this new organization. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in the next episode, and bye!